Seriously?
Hey, hey, hey! Merry Christmas, everybody! 'Tis that time of year again. So, Games Workshop, they've got a bit of a fascination with doing festive-themed grots. We've had the Red Gobbo, and now we've got another version of the Red Gobbo. But this year they're going one further and bringing us this. Let's take a look, shall we? So there we have it. There's the new trailer for the Grotmas Gitz. Okay, so I'm going to be a bit of a moody old fart with this and say bah humbug. But let's take a look at the article. So the Red Gobbo's festive nemesis is revealed and he's bought company. And this article, a few days late on this came out on the 24th of November. So the article reads, "The Red Gobbo loves two things, liberating the hard-working Gretchen of the galaxy from underneath the squig-hide boots of their orky oppressors, and pilfering people's presents. But this year, someone stole the big pile of gifts that the Red Gobbo and had his beady's little eyes on." I can't even talk. Before he could do so. This vile crime has prompted our Crimson Crusader to employ all his deductive reasoning and demand answers from anyone who'll listen, to find out who was responsible. After 4 weeks of brain-taxing sleuthing, the culprit has been revealed with a brand new miniature to boot. And we've just seen that trailer. A very sort of festive trailer, actually. It gets some of that fuzzy festive feeling going on, doesn't it? I must admit. The Grotmas Gitz are here, riding into the wintry night atop a giant squig, its mouth stuffed with chock-a-block with stolen presents. This grotty gang is clearly commanded by a hooded holiday hoodlum. And there it is in all its glory. We'll come back to that in a minute. We'll read the rest of the article first. Countless gifts have been stuffed into this mysterious mischief maker's sack. Whatever they couldn't fit into the squig's gob at least. Sadly, the bag's integrity isn't quite up to the usual high standard of grot construction, and a critical loss of trinkets has occurred. Someone better grab that space marine. Whatever his true identity, the thief is accompanied by a gang of impish snotlings, frolicking in a decidedly festive manner, or clinging on for dear life, including one risking its neck to make a snow angel under the trampling path of some rampaging squiggy feet. And we get some more pictures there showing it from different angles and in more detail. This Christmas miniature is a shoe-in for a loon boss on giant cave squig in Gloomspite Gitz armies. But the Grotmas Gitz are also getting Legends rules for both Warhammer 40,000 and Warhammer Age of Sigmar, so that you can bring their snowy shenanigans to skirmishes in both settings. Click on the buttons below to download your rules, and remember that the Red Gobbo's surprise is available to order right now for a limited time only. And then it goes on to give the free downloadable rules for Warhammer 40,000 and Warhammer Age of Sigmar. So very cool that it's got rules for two different game systems. That's awesome. We'll take a look at those rules in a minute, and that's the part of this I think I'm most excited about, actually. But in terms of the miniature, let's take a look at this miniature. It's painted beautifully. I absolutely love the work. Look at the paint job on these presents here and everything. It just looks quality. And look, they've even got boxes of 40k and Age of Sigmar stuff hanging out of the box. That's really nicely done. I mean, look at the detail on that. That is some freehand work and a half there. Yeah, incredible stuff. We've got bits of candy canes sticking out there. We've got part of a Christmas tree sticking out, complete with candlestick and everything. I love this little snotling hanging off the side. and then we've got, you can see he's had sort of reindeer horns strapped to his head there by the look of it, baubles hanging off. This hoodlum on here, very nice, very cool looking grot with his sack of presents there, and then the little grot here doing the snow angel, which is I've got to say, that's an awesome touch. That's very, very cool. Yeah, very cool indeed, actually. And he might be quite a good little grot to have as sort of like a wounded thing on your base for like other things. Yeah, look, I like the miniature's sculpted really nice. It looks really cool. It's got loads of character and charm, and everything looks really cool. I still don't like it because it's Christmas themed. It just, I don't, this is just me speaking personally. I hate real world stuff coming into 40k that wouldn't make any sense, you know. Do they celebrate Christmas in 40k? Highly doubt they're going to be celebrating the birth of Christ when everyone worships the Emperor as a god. You know. Now look, I know, it's just a bit of fun. Stevo, pull your head out your arse, stop being such a miserable old Scrooge and just embrace the festive spirit. It's a bit of fun. It's just something to have fun with. And look, for that, yes, very cool. I like it. But I just don't want it. It doesn't make me want to buy it. But there is some good news to go along with that. So we'll look at it in a little bit more detail here. We get a side-on view. Again, you've got the cool little Space Marine miniature there, a pot of paint coming out, so he's nicking all Games Workshop supplies. There's no denying it is cool. There's the Snotling making a snow angel. Very cool. Oh, look, we've got a little... Oh, we've got some Age of Sigmar going on down there as well. These are probably like epic scale miniatures here, aren't they? Yeah, God, that'd be a tough paint job to do that. They've gone and tried to do all the highlights on it and everything, look. And then we've got another little Snotling hanging out of the sack there. And look, you can get a sense here of how he's like barely hanging on. You know, he's not even like actually sort of mounted the thing. He's just clinging on for bare life as this thing barrels forward. So yeah, look, the miniature itself is cool for what it is. Do I want one? Am I going to buy one? Most likely not. And that's purely because of all the Christmassy stuff on there. All the stuff that I suppose kind of makes it cool and unique is the reason I don't want it, which is kind of odd, I know. But I just don't want festive themed things in my army. Well, what am I going to do with it for the rest of the year? You know, I'm not going to waste my time painting something like this when I could be getting something ready for my army. And look, it's just me. If you like this thing and you want to go out and buy it, more power to you. Totally fine. I appreciate this is purely subjective. It's purely down to personal taste. It's just me speaking. I know others feel the same. It's just, yeah, it's not for me. But as we take a look at the rules, we'll find out that in some capacity, this thing might be for me. So we're here now to take a look at the rules for this thing, the Grotmas Gitz. And so they've released rules for Legends. Very cool that it's got its own special rules. I won't bother looking at the Age of Sigmar rules. There'll be links to this article down in the description. If you are interested in that, you can follow that link, go on the website, download the free rules and take a look for yourself. But just for now, just want to take a look at these rules myself. So let's take a look at this thing, shall we? So movement 10 inches, nice. Toughness 3, 4+ save, 5 wounds, leadership 7 and an objective control of 2. So not a bad little stat line there. Obviously he's not tough, he is just a grot riding a squig after all. So toughness 3. I think possibly they could have stretched it to toughness 4, because it's quite a hench looking squig he's on there, isn't it? But yeah, cool. 5 wounds, well, nice. So he's got a little bit of survivability and a nice bit of speed. At that most wonderful time of year when the season of Daka rains festive fire across the stars, Cackling grots prepare to spread ill will to all. Naughty or nice, it doesn't matter to these squig-riding loons, because they couldn't read the lists even if they bothered to try. Better to simply batter everyone with a hail of explosive gifts and be back home in time for Fungusnog and roasted snotling. So there you go. Abilities. He's got Feel No Pain 5+. Very nice. Okay, so that adds to his survivability. Lone Operative and Scouts D6+4. Oh, nice. So it can do a scout move at the beginning of the game. D6+4. So, yeah, potentially a maximum of a 10-inch move before the game even starts. Okay, that's pretty cool. Bludgeoning Cheer. Each time this model ends a normal advance, fallback or charge move, select one enemy unit within 3 inches of this model and roll 6d6. For each 4+, that enemy unit suffers 1 mortal wound. That enemy unit must then take a battle shock test. That's cool. That's very cool indeed. So, yeah, just move him up within 3 inches of an enemy unit, roll 6d6, and yeah, so you're going to average 3 mortal wounds there, or potentially more if you have a good roll. That enemy unit must then take a battle shock test as well. So cool, so you're causing battle shock and you're throwing out some mortal wounds. Very good indeed. He's then got the special rule Gifts for All, which is an aura ability. While a Gretchen unit is within 6 inches of this model, that unit's Thieving Scavenger's ability is successful on d6 rolls of 2+ instead of rolls of 4+. Well, this is one of the best reasons to take Gretchen currently in 10th edition, is because of that Thieving Scavenger's ability. When Gretchen are on an objective, you roll a dice, and on a 4+, they gain you an extra CP, up to a maximum of 1. But with he's nearby, they do it on a 2+, so it's, you know, as close to being guaranteed as you can get. So yeah, he's made already good unit of Gretchen even better. So we like that. That's a cool rule. Unit composition: 1 Grotmas Gitz, Epic Hero. This model is equipped with Bludgeoning Bag of Gifts, Massive Gift-Filled Gob. So his weapons, both melee weapons. The Bludgeoning Bag of Gifts is melee attacks 3, weapon skill 3+, strength 3, AP nothing, and damage 1. So a Grot stat line, well, a little bit better than a Grot stat line actually, because it's got more attacks there. But yeah, nothing. You're not going to do much with that. But then he's got the extra attacks with the Massive Gift-Filled Gob. Again, 3 attacks, weapon skill 4+, strength 4, AP -2, and 2 damage. So he is actually going to throw out some damage. He's actually going to be alright in a fight. You know, nothing groundbreaking, but that AP is nice, and 2 damage is nice. He's going to put the hurt on some things. You know, he's not going to be a powerhouse and go in and take a whole unit out on his own, but he is going to cause, you know, some concern. So yeah, very nice. He also only costs 40 points, which, for all his abilities and his movement and those, you know, fairly decent attacks, I think is a nice, cheap character model, and very cool indeed. And this is what I want to talk about. This is the part of it that's got me excited, because I've already said I'm not interested in the miniature, even though I do agree that it is very nicely sculpted, very nicely painted, very characterful, very fun, very cool. But it's Christmas themed, and I'm just not into that. However, I'm into this Legends unit, and it's got me thinking, I want to convert my own non-festive version of this and just have a Grot like leader riding a squig. It's going to be a nice, easy little conversion job. I mean, there's loads of stuff like that in Age of Sigmar already that you can port over to 40k, and now we've got rules for it. It's another Grot character. It's really cool for anyone doing Grot themed lists, Rebel Grots and things like that. It's another character that you can have in there without having to have, like, you know, orcs spoiling your Grot theme. And along with like the Red Gobbo, and I can't even remember at the top of my head, you've got Zodgrod and things, haven't you? I know he's an orc, but so you've got quite a lot of options now of ways to buff up your Grot units. Yeah, and where it's an aura ability as well, you can use that in combination with your Grots, having one of the other characters in there with them, like Zodgrod or whatever, making them even better. So yeah, he can really buff a unit of Grots really nicely. And being able to throw out some mortal wounds, being able to throw out some damage in melee, being able to improve their ability to gain CP. I mean, what's not to like here? So yeah, I think this has opened the door for me in creating a new unit for my army. New unit to buff my Grots, and but mine just won't be festive themed. So a bludgeoning bag of gifts, you could just give the Grot some kind of mace weapon or something. The massive gift-filled gob could just be the Squig's gob. So yeah, you can just have a nice sort of savage looking Squig for your Grot to ride on, mount a Grot on there with some sort of flail weapon going on, you know, 40k it up a bit perhaps. And there you go. So that's probably what I'm going to do. So although I'm not particularly enamoured with the miniature, at least for me, I'm really pleased that this thing's got rules. And I wonder if any of you have actually thought of that, because I know a lot of people have just immediately poo-pooed the miniature. But there's potential here for kit bashers, converters out there. There's potential here. You could make a cool new character for your army, complete with rules, and good rules at that, and a bargain price. Speaking of price, I haven't been able to find anywhere. It doesn't look like this fella's available yet. It says going to be available over December only. So I don't know actually what the price is of this fella yet. You know, it's Games Workshop, so I can't imagine he's going to be cheap. And then I imagine in years to come, you know, people are going to be flogging this guy on eBay for massively inflated prices because he's going to be heavily limited edition. I think he's going to be popular though. I do think he's going to be popular. Let's bring up this picture of him there. I've got to say, he photographs well. He's even got a little bell underneath as well. I've just noticed that. So look, really, really cool there. Festive themed stuff. Games Workshop are really leaning into that now. At the moment, we've got festive advent calendars. We've got baubles. We've got socks. I've got to say, I think they're all really, really cool actually. They're pretty expensive, but they do look cool. I'm down for that stuff. But for this, just for me personally, I wouldn't spend my time painting a Christmas themed miniature that's just not going to be much use to me outside of the fun of having a Christmas themed miniature. I suppose you could paint this up and then, you know, bring it out every Christmas to pop it up on your, you know, mantelpiece, almost like a little decoration or something, I guess. Or play lots of festive themed games just for shits and giggles over Christmas. So yeah, look, perhaps I am just being a bit of a Scrooge and an old fuddy-duddy humbug, you know, but look, it is what it is. But guys, share in the comments please. I want to know what you think of these Gitz. What you think of the Red Gobbo, his new version, and the previous one before that, and all the other festive merchandise that GW are bringing out lately. Are you going to be purchasing any of this festive stuff? Are you going to be purchasing this? Or are you going to do the same as me and make your own bar humbug non-festive version to use in games all year round? That's what I'm going to do. I'll see you on the next one, guys. This is 6+ Stevo, signing out.